What were the best game demos available in this Steam Fest? Why doesn't Xbox have confidence in the VR market? Is Quest 2 really more powerful with the new update? These and much more on this Monday, the day we gather on the channel to review the best VR news of the week. Hello, Riffraff! Welcome back to the channel, I'm Ben. Stick with me until the end because today I will talk about a significant performance improvement for Quest 2 and Quest Pro, new information about some features of Quest 3. A big shout out to Loris, who is this week's supporter. Let's dive in. From June 19th to 26th, the Steam Fest took place, an event dedicated to PC games, during which players had the opportunity to try out numerous demos that provided a taste of what to expect in the coming month. Not only were there flat games, but also VR games. I've tried them out for you. You can find the VR game demos in the description, but despite there being around 30 titles, very few of them meet my criteria for being sufficiently enjoyable. Among them are House Weeper VR, The Burst, and Wandering in Space Online, although I didn't find any players online. Oh, and there is also Stock, if you like the genre, but again, no online players. All the others made me uninstall the game just a few minutes after starting it. Matt Booty, the head of Xbox Game Studios, stated that Xbox headset won't be coming anytime soon, and the studios aren't even considering the possibility of creating one for one simple reason: the VR and AR audience is not yet large enough. Booty mentioned that for a game to be considered successful, there need to be at least 10 million people playing it, and at the moment, no VR platform has reached those numbers concurrently. Yes, I know Quest 2 has sold over 20 million units, but we're talking about games where 10 million users are playing simultaneously, and although there have been VR games with higher sales figures, none of them have reached the mark of over 10 million concurrent users. These numbers are, of course, in comparison to Xbox average, where games have constantly had millions of players. Booty is not willing to compromise and try to enter a market that is still very small. I don't blame him, especially since he's right. So why should the company spend money and time on something uncertain? Well, fortunately there is Meta. Quest 2 and Quest Pro are even more powerful thanks to the V55 update, which not only aim for real performance improvements, but also aim to address all the bugs and issues brought about by the terrible V54 update, the worst one so far. Among the most important changes is an increase in the CPU and GPU clock for Quest 2 and Quest Pro. This is not the first time something like this has been done. I remind you that in December, a 7% increase was already applied to the GPU of Quest 2. Now, with V55, we're talking about an additional 19% on the GPU and 26% on the CPU. Thanks to this update, Quest 2 has surpassed the GPU frequency of the Pico 4, which is 587 MHz, reaching 625 MHz. As for the improvements on Quest Pro, we're talking about an 11% increase on the GPU and 26% on the CPU. V55 also adds dynamic resolution scaling, allowing developers to create apps and games with higher resolution without sacrificing frame rates. Another feature added with V55 is multi-touch support on the browser, allowing, for example, zooming with two hands or two fingers. These are the most significant updates, but V55 also includes many other small features and additions, such as a revamped Explorer tab and a fully featured Messenger app native now on Quest 2 and Quest Pro. V55 also brings a specific update for Quest Pro that improves the quality and precision of eye tracking and dynamic foveated rendering. However, Meta considers it a minor minor update, since currently only a very small percentage of users use eye tracking, which is why this feature has not been added to Quest 3. This suggests that Meta may not be interested in investing time to implement an interaction system that almost no one uses. Let's conclude with the news about Quest 3. Last week, a placeholder for Quest 3 appeared on Best Buy. It's not the page that allows you to pre-order or purchase it, but rather the space where the Quest 3 will be listed on the site, and from which it will be available for pre-order or purchase once it's released, most likely during this year's MetaConnect. What interests us about this page? Naturally, the information that has been provided. For example, a 30% increase in resolution is mentioned. Now, I've done some calculation and cross-referenced some information we had for some time, and I have made an hypothesis about the resolution of Quest 3's panels. If we take the resolution of Quest 2 as a reference point and increase it by 30%, the result is very close to another leaked value from about a year ago, when a data miner, Samulia, discovered some information within a firmware version referring to a codename Erica 865, which was said to have an LCD panel with a resolution of 2064 per 2208 per eye. This also aligns with another piece of information leaked by Gernman of Bloomberg, who mentioned testing a Quest 3 developer kit with the codename Erica. Doing the math, the resolution of Quest 3 will then be 4128 per 2208, which is precisely 29.6% higher than Quest 2's resolution. Now, we just need to figure out what the maximum refresh rate will be. I believe that Quest 3 will also have 120 Hz, but we will definitely find out on September 27 during the MetaConnect. That's all for this week. Let's meet in the comments to discuss the topics covered in this video. Thank you for watching the entire video. Don't forget to like, subscribe and continue following. Support the channel using the super thanks button. From Ben, it's all. See you next time and see ya in VR. Greetings, Riff Raff.